To this story now, it's bound to be an emotional day for several families who've been looking for loved ones since the Life Esidemeni facilities shut down. They'll be reunited with their relatives today. We're now joined by eNCA's Masego Rahlaga, who's tracking the story for us today. Masego, just how many families and patients are going to be reunited today?
Well, good morning, Tembegile. You might remember that around January of 2018, it was announced that it was 55 patients that were still looking for as the Gauteng Health Department. By around November, December, it was 21, and so today it's going to be quite a good day for a lot of these families, including, I would assume, the Health Department itself, because of the fact that they've been able to locate some of these patients. But in terms of the number of patients that have been found, I've got with me the MEC of Health in Gauteng, Dr. Ramokgopa. Thank you, ma, for joining us. You're live on eNCA. The first question, of course, is that we were at 21 by November last year, missing patients. You found some. How many are still missing now?
I must say that I want to thank Dr. Kobi Mare with her team, who have been very relentless in tracing all the patients we couldn't account for. You'd recall that by 2017 there were over 100. So we've worked with SASA, we've worked with Home Affairs, we've even gone to the police, and we have been able, I think by last year, it was about 55 in January, and this year when we started we had 21, and I'm really excited that over the past 2 weeks we've been able to trace 5 of the patients. So I'm busy making sure that I also visit and satisfy myself that these patients are in good health, and that the families are also supported, and they appreciate that indeed for us to locate the mental health users, especially those that are with families. It is really closing a chapter of great anxiety, but I'm happy that the families are also very comfortable with us. And for that matter, in this family, we've even just had a brunch with them, biryani, and with our mental health user. He was anxious yesterday that today we're coming to fetch him to go back to one of the facilities. He's comfortable at home, and we are happy.
Now, Ma, how did we find these 5 patients? How did we get here today? What is it that had to be done for the patients to be located?
Masego, the list that we had, some had a name without a surname, some a surname without a name. In a number of instances, we didn't have IDs, and some of we've also validated that some of the addresses had changed subsequently. Some of the phone numbers had subsequently changed of the caregivers of the families. So we were piecing all those jigsaw puzzles, closing the gaps, and affirming with Home Affairs that indeed these are legitimate people, name, surname, and trying to get the IDs for those citizens, and also SASA, those that are still getting grants. The one missing gap also was that once you are hospitalized, SASA, some of the claims for the grants are not done. So we also had to go through, especially long-term hospitalization, like Vescopis. I've also just visited one from Vescopis who was with family, but now admitted to Vescopis from one of our hospitals, Tshwane district. So there are multiple factors, but what I've committed to do is to account for each and every patient that Life Esidemeni.
But we've lost audio to that conversation between eNCA reporter Masego Rahlaga and the Gauteng Health MEC Ramokgopa. They're speaking, of course, today as we await the reunion between 5 patients and their families. These are patients who disappeared, who were lost essentially in the system in the wake of the Esidemeni tragedy. You remember 144 patients confirmed dead after those disastrous moves of patients by the Gauteng Health Department, of patients from Life Esidemeni facilities to about 27 or so unregistered and ill-equipped NGOs, I should say, around the province. We'll bring you more on that story with Masego throughout the day here on eNCA now. So